Meta doesn't care how pretty your ads are. If people don't click, the algorithm will just shove your ad in front of randoms, burning your budget and filling your list with people who will never buy from you. But here's the good news. There's a better way. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to beat the scroll, create ads people actually engage with, and keep your cost per lead low without wasting hours making everything look perfect. One of my clients has been running some, let's call them ugly ads, for almost 3 years. No glossy graphics, no redesigns, and it still pulls in leads at the exact cost it did 1 year ago. Meanwhile, another student of mine pored over the creative for weeks, creating gorgeous cinematic ads. Fonts are on point, lighting is perfect, and they're just doing okay. That's the paradox we're unpacking today. Why the prettiest ads often fail, and what really makes good creative that converts. Your ad creative has a millisecond to live or die. That's it. A millisecond before someone swipes past it, skips it, or taps away. And the creative game has gotten tougher because first, attention spans are toast. If your creative doesn't instantly grab attention, it disappears under a flood of cat videos and dance reels. Second, social media isn't social anymore. People aren't here to see ads from people they know, like, and trust, people they follow, people they want to get information from. They're here to be entertained. And if your ad screams ad, it's gone. Swipe, skip, done. And third, the algorithm doesn't care about your funnel. Everything that happens outside of Meta is not Meta's problem, and they're trying to keep eyeballs on Meta. The algorithm cares about views and it cares about clicks, and those are superficial numbers. If your ad gets ignored, Meta pushes it out to even more random people just to rack up that surface level engagement. And that translates to a lot of wasted money, a lot of wasted time, and you end up filling your funnel with the wrong people. That's why creative matters now more than ever. And today I'm going to show you why the prettiest ads often lose and how to make clear, conversion smart creatives that quietly print leads while you sip a pina colada by the pool. Because when your ad connects instantly with the right people, the algorithms stop working against you and it starts working for you. So let's dive in. The first thing I want to share is benefits are bigger than beauty. Sometimes I call this the pretty but pointless problem, right? And here's where a lot of people get tripped up. And if you've fallen in this trap, it's not your fault, right? We confuse aesthetic with effectiveness. Cute fonts, soft pink gradients, all that Canva template nonsense has us spending hours and hours and hours tweaking our ads to make them perfect. And none of that matters if the value your ideal customer is getting isn't clear to them the second they see your ad. And honestly, it's not your fault if you've been doing it this way, because we've been trained this way, right? We've been told to create beautiful brands that look professional, which we should on our websites, build websites that stand out, and design consistent visuals that people will fall in love with. And then Instagram came along and everybody doubled down on the pressure to look good on social media. Everything had to be polished, curated, pretty, professional. Gosh, I need to take a nap if I think about the other middle-aged women, mothers, posting how they're running their houses, because I can tell you my house does not look like an Instagram feed. So when it comes to ads, we think should put in even more design, even more effort, even more beauty, because now we're putting money behind it and putting ourselves out there. And that would be true if you were putting yourself out there on a billboard. But you're not. The real problem is the more you beautify an ad, the more it looks like, well, an ad. And the second it looks like an ad, people's brains go, nope, skip, scroll, next. Because social media isn't about polish. It's about people. It's content from, people we like to watch. It's scrappy and in the moment and imperfect. And that's why we love it. So ironically, the prettier and more polished your ad looks, the less likely it is to get engagement, because it feels like a TV ad that we've learned to ignore. And at the end of the day, it's not about the design of your ad. It really is about making the benefit to the client or customer who views it very clear. Because when someone sees your ad, their brain is running lightning fast. And they're filtering everything. And that filter that they've got running is this for me? Why should I care? And why should I care right now? If your ad doesn't answer that in a microsecond, it's gone. So how do we fix this? First, show your ideal customer in their native environment. This is the sort of show, don't tell principle. If you can, use visuals where your ideal client is seen enjoying the actual benefit of what you're offering. The dream, what does it look like for them when they're living the dream? Let them picture themselves in the results. And the same goes for, if you've got a pain point that you want to tap in, what does it look like for them when they're in that pain point? The second thing you can do is leverage customer-generated content. A regular, average customer talking about your product or your service or your course in their kitchen, in their home office, in their studio is infinitely more believable than a glossy, polished ad shouting about how great you are. It's also often more effective than you talking about how great your webinar is going to be. Number 3, lead with the key benefit. If you have to use a talking head video or text on an image, make sure that the main benefit smacks them in the face immediately. If someone can't answer what's in it for me after a microsecond, you've lost them. The other day I was scrolling past a couple of ads. I was looking for some ads, looking for some examples of ads. And one ad showed up that showed me a before and an after, and it was advertising an email template kit. And before, it was messy, and after, I could see it's sorted, organized. I could see there's a system, and I could see, the sort of a graph of open rates going up. And that image was so powerful, I was hooked. The line on the ad was, your emails will get open. That's all I want. There's my benefit. Your emails will get opened. There we go. Super easy. Does what it says on the box. The other one was a gorgeous woman, talking head video, telling me about her masterclass coming up, inferring that I know who she is, inferring that she's got a lot of clout. But I didn't know who she is. And I didn't care about her live, like she's got a presentation here in Brisbane coming up. I was like, dude, you've been talking for 10 seconds and I still haven't heard what's in it for me. So I kept scrolling. So remember this, pretty doesn't pay. It's clarity that converts. And the clearer you get, the more the algorithm rewards you, because people actually stop, click, and engage. And that's when your ads start quietly printing leads for you in the background while you can get on with other stuff. So number 1 is the principle of benefits are bigger than beauty. Number 2, show, don't tell. We've touched on this a little bit, but people don't buy your aesthetic. Sure, branding is important. I agree with that. But they buy the promise of the results you can deliver. They buy the after. If you think about before and after, they buy the after, the transformation, the dream state. And the fastest way to communicate that is through visuals that show your ideal customer's point of view, or that shows your ideal customer in their ideal state. And here's why this works. People can't help projecting their own dreams and desires onto what they see on social media. It's the real reason we say social media makes us unhappy, right? It's because we're constantly comparing ourselves to other people's highlight reels. It's that same psychology at work here. So instead of showing yourself talking about your outcome, show them living the outcome. What does their lives look like when they have the transformation they desire? Imagine what your ideal customer's dream state looks like when they've solved the problem that you help them solve. And give them a glimpse of that. Here's a few examples. If you're running ads for a webinar that is about list building, don't show your face with a vague title. Show a dashboard that has registrations on it climbing. And you can clearly see that this list is getting built. If you're a creative coach, show them, or a teacher, show them the creative thing that you teach. Have the camera on, have the mic ready. Show them how you're doing the thing that you teach. We ran ads for someone who teaches people how to do embroidery. And the best performing visuals weren't graphics or polished logo or the talking head we had of her that she took in her kitchen. They were of her students and of real people actually sitting down and embroidering and laughing and enjoying the process of making something by hand. One of our clients teach people how to build flower farms. It's incredible. It's so beautiful. The winning creatives are always of people being on their farms with these arms full of flowers, or in the fields with these rows and rows and rows of blooms. So stunning. Instant resonance. If you teach people how to find love, don't show text-heavy graphics. Show a smiling couple holding hands, cooking dinner together, or laughing over a margarita. Or if you train people in martial arts, like skip the stats, get your logo off of the ad and show a student nailing the move that you're teaching these students. I did some digging about a year ago and I realized that there were very specific dream states that my ideal customers connect with. Some of it is podcasting, video blogging, being a yoga teacher, cooking or creating content in a kitchen, sitting behind a computer, editing a video, writing a book, publishing work. Each of these visuals resonate with my people and they can see themselves in it. And they instantly think, that's me, that's who I want to be. And so I created a whole series of ads, and not a single one of them had my face in it. They all just showed 30 to 55-year-old women doing things like video blogging or podcasting or teaching yoga or going live. And that's the power of using your customer's point of view. The more you show them their dream, the more your creative stops feeling like an ad and it starts feeling like their story. So ask yourself, what does success look like for my customer? And use that visual in your image or your video. Replace the polish with presence. What are they seeing? What are they feeling? What are they smelling? Who are they with? Who are they when they're real people? When they're not the skinniest, the most successful looking, these, like this morning, I had a guy come on my newsfeed as he was getting out of his SUV and into the private jet. And I was like, dude, seriously. I want to see real people. I want to see people with real bodies, with wrinkles in their faces, with messy kitchens. Real people, real actions, real outcomes. Okay, my friend, a little detour because I have some very exciting news. On October the 23rd, I'm launching a brand new course called Scale with Ads. This is the proven system that helps you scale past six-figure launches and build an evergreen funnel that brings in 20K, 30K months on repeat. If you've already proven your course sells, but you're tired of guessing how to get in front of more of the right people, this is for you. Scale with Ads is the exact system we use inside my agency to fill live launches with ready-to-buy leads and flood evergreen funnels with buyers on autopilot. And here's the extra fun bit. Those of you who are on the waitlist will get a very special bonus. The opportunity for my team and me to review your ads and your funnels. That means you won't be guessing. You'll know exactly what to do next to hit your 6- and 7-figure goals faster. So head to thelaunchlounge.com/waitlist right now. Pop your name on the list and let's make your next launch your best one yet. So anchor every ad in their dream state. First, not in your design aesthetic. Because when your creative reflects their dream, they stop scrolling. Not because it's pretty, but because they say, oh, you see me, you know me. All right, so that's point number 2. Show, don't tell. Point number 3 is clarity beats creativity. Or creativity creates confusion. Or be clear, not clever. If there's one thing that kills an ad quicker than being too pretty, it's being too confusing. And confusing almost always comes from language. Here's the trap. We're so used to talking about our own solutions that we forget we're speaking a foreign language to our customers. We slip into jargon without even noticing. We throw in industry terms, acronyms, frameworks, or what we do, without remembering that they don't care what we do. They care why it matters to them. And we assume everyone else knows what we mean. And sometimes we even like using big words, clever words. Those words that our English teachers encouraged us to use when we were writing essays in school. And we would get bonus points the more sophisticated we sounded. But guess what? In those ads, those bonus point words actually might cost you conversions. I actually refer to this as like cerebral language. It's language that makes sense to your prefrontal cortex after some thought, but it doesn't instantly register with the part of your brain that's scanning, scrolling, making split-second decisions, that doesn't want to think. It's not emotive, and it's not immediate. And if your little monkey mind can't get it in a microsecond, your lead's going to scroll away. And here's what this looks like in real life sometimes. Instead of leverage omni-channel customer engagement frameworks to optimize retention metrics. Yeah, I created that sentence. You proud of me? You could say, keep your customers coming back without spending hours on social media. Yeah. Or maybe, here's another one. Unlock your potential through transformative, paradigm-shifting methodologies. Some big words there. Do you see the prefrontal cortex, the thinking about it? What about learn the simple system to land more clients without burning out? It's 5th grade language, right? Here's another one. Gain access to proprietary data-driven segmentation strategies. How do you like that one? Huh? Sounds like it was written by a dork like me. It sounds better when you say, send emails that actually get opened and get people buying. How's that? That's much better, yeah. See the difference? The first version sounds smart. They sound like they've come out of Oxford, but they're heavy, they're vague, and they're cerebral. And the second versions are simple, emotive, and instantly relevant. So the solution is simple. De-jargon your copy. If you use words or phrases your neighbor wouldn't understand, strip it out. Use your ideal customer's words. Go into their comments, their reviews, their DMs. Steal their exact phrasing and drop that into your ad copy. That's the language that lands. And focus on outcomes, not on offers. Don't just say what you're selling or what you're offering. You're not offering a masterclass. You're offering a transformation. Say what it helps them avoid or the benefit they'll actually get. That's what hooks attention. Because at the end of the day, clever is not going to convert. Clear converts. And the clearer your copy is, the faster someone's brain can say, oh, this is for me. And this is where I want to invite you to follow and subscribe to the show if you like this content, because in October we're doing a whole series on ads. And when you follow and you subscribe, not only does that help us reach new people, but it also makes sure that the new episodes just drop into your podcast newsfeed. So that was teaching point number 3, clarity beats creativity. Now I've got a little bit of an extra point here for you. I want to talk about the new creatives hamster wheel. And this is one that has resulted in me unfollowing almost every single Facebook ads manager on the planet, except maybe one or two smart ones. But anyone who calls themselves a Facebook ads manager, almost 99% of them will tell you you need to refresh your creative constantly. And here's who this works for. This works for e-commerce businesses. Your online courses business is not an e-commerce business. In the e-commerce world, everyone says the key to success is new creatives, fresh creatives, different creatives all the time. And they're not wrong for e-commerce. But for course creators, that approach will tank your results. And here's why. E-commerce ads are built for bottom of the funnel sales. They're designed to get you to buy in 1 to 7 days. If you didn't buy a product within 1 or 7 days of seeing an ad for that product, that ads manager needs new creatives. It's a bit like walking into a shop and the shopkeeper says, "What can I help you with today?" And you reply, "Well, I need shoes for a wedding next week." And instantly they show you their best 3 pairs of wedding shoes. And boom, you pick one and you buy. You were already in buying mode. That's how e-commerce works. But online courses don't work that way. Nobody wakes up in the morning, sees an ad, and buys a $997 course by the afternoon. Maybe sometimes I've done that, but I know I'm not normal. Our ads are designed to build trust and to build relationship and to grow our audience over time. That's why for course creators, the goal is to keep your best ad creatives running as long as possible. And why? There's 2 reasons. Number 1, consistency beats constant change. Every time you swap your ads out, you reset the algorithm and you risk performance dips. Keeping your best performing creative steady avoids those ups and downs. And number 2, seasoning the algorithm, seasoning your pixels, seasoning your conversions. Seasoned data knows how to optimize. The more conversions your ad racks up, the better Meta gets at finding the right people for you. That learning memory compounds over time, but only if you let your creatives run long enough. So while e-commerce thrives on quick turn ads, course creators thrive on consistency. long-term list building, not short-term impulse buying. So don't waste time on that hamster wheel of new creatives all the time. And don't listen to the e-commerce dudes, please. And dudettes. There's some dudettes as well. Instead, find your winning ad and let it work for you in the long haul. Point number 5 is all about ad scent. Now, I know I've been telling you not to make pretty ads here. And now you're going to say, hang on a second. You're contradicting yourself because you just told us not to create pretty ads and now you're saying design matters. So let me explain. When we build landing pages or websites, of course we want them to be beautiful. We want them to convert and we want the branding to be recognizable and consistent because it creates safety and security for people. But we also want the experience with the ads to be aligned with our brand. And that's where ad scent come in. Think about it like this. When Odie, my sausage dog, gets a whiff of the iguanas in the yard, he will follow that scent from the one rock next to the pool to the next rock, to the next rock, to the next rock for literally 2 hours until eventually he falls in the pool and I have to go and rescue him. But that's exactly what happens when someone clicks on your ad. There's this sort of scent that they need to follow. And the scent starts on your ad and then continues on the landing page. So subconsciously, they're following a visual scent trail, right? It's got to feel the same. They see your ad, they register the colors, the fonts, and the words, not consciously, subconsciously, they register this. And then when they land on your page, the experience needs to be similar. It needs to be the same so that that safety and security continues. If they see your ad and your ad has a lot of dark shadows and a bit of a gothic font, and then they land on your page and it's all beautiful, white, clean crisps with, is it sans serif fonts, right? It creates discomfort because you kind of lose a little bit of trust there. And so you need to think about how you're going to create this similar look and feel on your ad and on your landing page without going overboard with branding and putting your logo on an ad. Never, ever, ever put a logo on an ad, please. It could be something as simple as on the ad, you use the word masterclass, and then on the landing page, you talk about a webinar. You've created a disconnect. And the brain does this sort of double take. And I used to have a coach that would say, the confused mind always says no. And that confusion can happen very subconsciously. So when there's friction like this, trust breaks down and people bounce. They bounce off your page. So here's the rule. Consistency in your ad and on your page in the look and the feel. If your ad uses light, airy vibes, keep your landing page light and airy. If you're using blues and greens, don't suddenly switch to oranges and reds on your page. If you call it a webinar on your ad, call it a webinar on your landing page, please. You don't need to apply your entire brand guide to every single ad, but you do want your ads and your page to feel like they belong in the same family. That subconscious consistency creates safety, security, and trust. So yeah, an ugly ad wins, but it still kind of need to smell like you. That's not a sentence I ever thought I'd say. Here's something else to keep in mind. Engagement acts like jet fuel for your ads. Comments, likes, saves, and shares aren't just vanity metrics when it comes to ads. They're algorithm candy. The more your ad looks popular, the more Meta rewards it with better reach. So before you scale to cold audiences, run your creative to your warm audiences first. Let your people, your email list, your followers, your past clients, let them interact with your ad. Build up some friendly engagement and rack up those comments and those saves. And then when you take that same ad out to cold traffic, it already looks like a winner. The algorithm smiles, your cost per lead drops, and you get the double benefit of social proof and lower CPMs. It's like walking into a restaurant that's already buzzing. People assume this must be a good place. Your ads work the same way. So let's bring this home. Pretty ads might win awards, but they don't win conversions. What wins is clarity, relevance, and resonance. Benefits beat beauty. Show, don't tell. Anchor your visuals in your customer's dream state. Kill confusion fast by stripping out jargon and focusing on outcomes. Stop chasing the new creative's hamster wheel. Let your best ad keep working for you. Keep your scent trail consistent from ad to landing page. And don't forget the bonus hack. Warm up your ads with social proof before scaling to cold. Here's something you can do this week. Go to your ad account and pick your best performing ad. Find the one that performs the absolute best. And then create a more scrappy version of that. And test it. But make sure you follow the other guidelines. You're clear, you lead with benefits, you show your ideal customer in their dream state. Make it scrappy. Give yourself 20 minutes to create the ad. And let it run and see what happens. I'm willing to bet the scrappy ad will beat the polished one any day. And that is how you stop wasting time on design and start creating ads that quietly print leads in the background while you get on with running your business. Every clear, scrappy ad you create isn't going to be about cheaper clicks or better conversions. When your ads work for you, quietly bringing in leads while you get on with living your life and growing your business. You get to step out of hustle mode and into freedom empire building mode. You get to serve more people, scale your impact, and build a business that gives you the freedom you want without the burnout. So remember, clarity converts, consistency compounds, and your freedom empire is waiting, one ad at a time. If you loved today's episode, please make sure you're following the show so you don't miss what's coming up next, because all through October, I'm dropping fresh episodes to help you finally make ads work for you. On Tuesday, coming up, October the 9th, we're diving into a big one. This one is called Stop Chasing Dollar Leads. Here's what to do instead. Trust me, you do not want to miss this because it's going to completely change how you think about cost per lead and what really drives profitable growth. So hit that follow or subscribe button now and come back Tuesday for your next step in building ads that fuel your freedom empire. I'll see you later. If you've been feeling like social media is sucking the life out of you, or you're tired of spinning your wheels trying to build your list with little to show for it, then listen up. Inside our completely free 5-day Facebook and Instagram ads training, you'll discover exactly how much to spend on ads to make them work specifically for your business. I'll walk you through step-by-step how to set up ads that actually get results. Navigate the ads manager with confidence, even when Zux keeps changing everything, and boost your email list signups instead of just boosting posts. The best part, you'll get lifetime access to all the updated strategies that are working right now in 2025. And you can revisit the training anytime you need a refresher. Ready to stop guessing and start growing your list with confidence? Join over 10,000 others who've taken this course now. Head over to thelaunchlounge.com/getmyAdUp or click the link in the show notes. Your future students are scrolling right now. Let's make sure they find you.